Okay, today I want to focus on some advantages to eating sitting down versus standing up. And there's a primary one is that sitting down aids more in digestion. So a lot of people have um, found that eating standing up tends to lead to more gas and indigestion than sitting down. And there's a few reasons for that. And one is that when you're standing, you tend to swallow a little bit more air than when you're sitting down. So that lends itself to a little bit more bloating and gas. Also, you tend to chew your food less, which makes it harder work for the stomach to digest, leads to a little bit more indigestion. And also there's less mindfulness when you're standing. Usually when you're standing, it feels a little bit more hurried. Like I'm not really focused on what I'm eating. I'm focused on what I have to do after this. And sitting down tends to be more relaxed and more peaceful, which aids in which aids in greater digestion of the food. You tend to eat more slowly. You tend to chew more completely. And your body digests better when the food is eaten in a more relaxed state. And if you think about it, that makes sense. Like we have our fight or flight, and then we have our rest and digest. And there's a reason why they're called those. And so if you're sitting down and you've got a peaceful experience, you're going to chew more thoroughly, which is going to make it easier on your stomach to process this food. And you're more relaxed, so the stomach is less kind of tense, and so it's going to be more effective and more efficient at doing its job as well, which is going to also lead to better digestion, less indigestion, and less bloating and stuff like that. So um, that's why we want to eat sitting down as much as possible and avoid eating standing up as much as possible. Now, just as a caveat, to be fair, some people find the opposite. Some people find that they digest better when they're standing. So I would encourage you to play around with that. If you're usually a stand-up eater, try sitting down and see what difference it makes. And if you're like, that doesn't really work for me, that's fine. But I would like you to play around with it, experiment with it, and make some notes and see kind of how it feels. Um, and then just make a note of that. And because maybe your experience is a little bit different. Everybody's body is a little bit different, like we've talked about.